Welcome back, Jays fans. It's Rob Scott.
And I'm Tim Brennan.
And this is the Jay Talking Podcast. Our feature interview today is with the multi-talented, devilishly handsome, hard-throwing right-hander from Santa Monica, California, Connor Greene. Connor, how's it going, man?
Very good, guys. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good, thank
buddy.
you.
We want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, from Santa Monica, California. So, I like to know the culture of the places, of the people that I talk to. And I looked on the website. It's a big beach community for the most part.
Yep, absolutely. Bit of town. A lot of outside the box people.
Yeah, close to Hollywood, close to downtown Los Angeles, all of that stuff.
Yep, right there in the limelight. Some people call it the center of the universe, but it's home for me.
And you're born and raised there?
Yeah, born and raised Santa Monica, Venice Beach.
So you started out in the entertainment industry at an early age. Just quickly run through that. At 4, you were in a Tommy Hilfiger ad. At 2000, you were in a movie, A Better Way to Die with Lou Diamond Phillips. You've done some modeling episodes on anger management, all that stuff. Now, where you are from, and it's so close to Hollywood, is that typical for a kid in that area, or was this something unique to you that you were drawn to?
Well, with the Tommy Hilfiger, my mom, I think she just needed some extra money and just
Yeah,
a little cute baby face, and so threw me into the modeling stuff. But yeah, I think kids in that area get tossed into that sort of lifestyle just because it's right there. All the agencies are out there, all the ways to become whatever it is you want to become are available to you. It was nothing that I wanted to do particularly, and it still really isn't a huge part of my life or career yet.
yeah.
I'm baseball always. Baseball is my true love and passion. But if things come along, I'm always open for it, and I usually am happy to do jobs on the side and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Toronto has a big entertainment industry. Of course, nothing like LA, so I'm sure the opportunities will come. So let's get right into the baseball. So then, was baseball always forefront in your mind? And I'm talking before high school, before the publicity and all that stuff. Was it something you were drawn to naturally?
I was I loved football and basketball at a young age, just because when you're little, everyone's around the same height, around the same size, so I was able to dominate those sports. And my dad kind of sat me down when we were going into high school, and he's like, what do you think you can really be successful in? And we thought about basketball, and he's like, look, you're not going to be 6'8", and you're not going to be the best point guard, you know what I mean? I'm quick, but not that quick. And then in football, it's I'm a skinny kid. I'm not going to play football. So what is what I love? And I've been playing baseball since I was born. My older brother played. He got drafted in 2005 by the Twins, Casey Greene.
Yeah.
He decided not to go. But so I looked up to him with that. I was like, oh man, I want to get drafted just because he's 8 years older than me. So it was about the time I was making this decision. And baseball was just the way to go. It was just my body type fit it, and I loved it already. And my dad knew a lot about the sport, so we just kept the wheels going with baseball.
So it almost sounds like it was a kind of almost a business sort of approach to figuring out what you were going to attack.
Yeah, we were exactly, almost. We were what am I going to go pro in? And I told my teachers, I'm going to be a professional baseball player. When they asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? I was like, I'm going to be an MLB baseball player. And everyone was like, the odds. You're not going to do the odds. And I'm going to do it. And everyone laughed. I mean, we're almost there.
Yeah. So, in Nova Scotia, we're the east coast of Canada, and our baseball season is typically 4 months. Are you able, not just pick up ball and stuff like that, in California, are you able to be in a league 12 months of the year?
Yeah, I played year-round baseball my entire life. I
rarely took time off.
Yeah, I played literally never took time off. I played on 3 different travel teams, played on my little league team, and then played for my high school team when I got there.
Now, Connor, have you been a pitcher your whole career, or did you play other positions?
I was a shortstop my entire youth career, and then into high school I went from shortstop, first base, and pitcher, and sometimes outfield. I was kind of like a utility player in high school.
Okay.
So getting
once
in.
I realized that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, sorry. Oh, well, once I realized that I had a good arm, I was like, well, I might as well pitch.
So that was apparent right away that you had natural talent.
Yeah, I always had a good arm, from the infield to first base. So I was like, there's always in the back of my head, maybe I'll be a pitcher. But I love hitting, so I never wanted to be. And they wanted to be a PO, and I'd argue against it. I'd make sure I wasn't every year, and I finally had to give in once you go pro.
Well, and that's what interested me most in your varsity, in your time at, is it Samohi? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Samohi, Santa Monica High School.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously you did great there, but that's almost kind of, you should, as a pitcher of your talent. They always dominate their high school leagues, and that's what gets your attention. But you hit .477. You had 12 ribbies and 44 plate appearances, and you talk about, you didn't want to just be a great pitcher. You wanted to be an above-average hitter. You know what?
Absolutely. And I'm a switch hitter.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my dad made me. When I was 8 years old, he's like, all right, buddy, it's time to start hitting left-handed.
Do you get to hit at all in the minor leagues?
No. I'm begging for pitching, pitcher's BP. I'm begging for anything that I could get.
Oh,
but no,
man.
I've not hit yet in the minors.
Now, so when you were drafted by an AL team, this isn't to disparage the team that drafted you, but was there a small part of you when you found it out that you were drafted by an American League team, you said, oh, shit, man, I can't hit?
Well, exactly, yes, absolutely.
Good.
There's always interleague, Connor.
Well,
Yeah, there's always interleague.
well, there goes my hitting career. But, it's fine because there's always the interleague play, once a year or whatever it is. So I'll have my time to shine one day. But
Well,
I'm
saw.
so happy that I was to the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays are unreal. It's such an awesome atmosphere.
There was a stat on Twitter someone posted between Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, and Madison Bumgarner. In their last 190 plate appearances for each, they all had the same amount of home runs.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy is an incredible hitter.
Actually, Bumgarner, yeah.
On Twitter?
What's that?
Did you see him taking BP on Twitter?
Yeah,
Yes,
I've
he
seen
did.
that. Yeah, he hit that 460-footer.
That's
an animal.
Yeah, he wants to go win the home run derby, I guess.
You know what? I think he would do just fine because he has that kind of swing where it's you're only hitting home runs anyway.
Well, hopefully we get to see you up in the home run derby at some point.
Well, I need to hit the weight room if I want to hit 400.
Well, at 6'3", 185 pounds, you're not doing that bad right now as a 21-year-old.
So what would you? How did you describe yourself as a hitter in Santa Monica High?
Right-handed, I was dead full. You throw them low and out, you get me out, but I hit a couple home runs. Left-handed, I was a really good all-field hitter. Just spraying it to gap, and I had a couple bombs left-handed too.
Yeah.
So I was a better hitter left-handed than I was right-handed.
Any speed?
I ran a 6.5 in perfect game
Nice.
when I was in high school. So not terribly fast, but not terribly slow.
Yeah.
Just right.
For those big long legs, yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all for a skinny kid. I was 160 pounds in high school. Now I'm 200, so I'm gaining.
Well, and that's what I asked you. I wanted to touch on your training regime. And are you up to 200 now? It lists you at 190, but
Yeah, I'm 200 right now, but I fluctuate. So
Yeah,
it's not
and-
off.
and is that where your weight is comfortable in terms of strength, endurance?
Yeah, I'm stronger than I've ever been. I feel good too, and my eating habits are better than ever. And I finally have an amazing routine and regimen I stick to, so I feel better than I have ever had.
My sister is a gymnastics coach, and she has been all her life. And I just found some notes on a course on you talking about working the rings and your surfing and how that helped your shoulders and strengthen your arm. I think quite literally, the gymnastics workout is one of the best workouts for your body of all. I mean, you compare people who are gymnasts to meatheads in the gym, and there's absolutely no comparison in terms of the strength. Would you agree with that?
The mobility, strength, 100%. I do the flying rings and dislocates in the off season, which is completely unorthodox for a pitcher, but my arm feels so good. I feel limber and I feel like strong going into the year, and I don't crush shoulders when I'm not crushing these dislocates because it is kind of stressful on your arm, but it's amazing. Gymnastics, I did gymnastics since I was a kid too. My dad put me in that. My dad's a personal trainer, so he wanted me to be the superior athlete.
Yeah.
Because he knew the genetics we have in our family and stuff. So from a young age, I was on flips and wheels on the floors and doing palm first routines and stuff. So I have a good gymnastics background.
Do you still use those aspects of training, or now that you're in the organization, do they give you a program that you got to follow?
Well, I do follow organization, but living in Santa Monica, California, has rings, the little famous rings down there in Muscle Beach, and all these fun adult, I guess, playground boys, and that's all. That's kind of what I spend my time doing, just having fun. So it's kind of like having fun while working out, but it's like active time, I guess.
Yeah. So let's go down the ladder now and down to your draft day. And I want to just touch on Tony Todd and the role he played in helping you get in front of scouts to showcase at the local talent. Can you just talk quickly about how important he was to where you are now?
Tony Todd I owe almost, all of my fortune to him out of high school. Like, I was a nobody. Because, I never went to perfect stuff, and he got that, and he got out knowing my name, and, I'm forever grateful for having Tony Todd in my life, and I still love him. He's a good friend today. We talk all the time after every start. He calls me, and so it was crucial having him.
He was a minor league ball player?
I'm not sure, but I know he was an excellent athlete. He still is, but I'm not sure if he played minor leagues.
Well, he seems to have helped other guys like Tyler Skaggs, Alfonso Gonzalez, so he's obviously deeply connected. I saw Harold Reynolds call him a super scout during Marcus Wilson, I think, when he got drafted, was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's and a friend of Charlie Sheen, of course.
Like a scout for every team.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that, that's how you met Charlie Sheen, is through Tony?
Yep, Tony's best friends with him. He made a deal with me. I was like, Tony, I want to meet Charlie. He's like, look, if you get drafted, I'll let you meet Charlie. So, got drafted. Literally the next day, I'm up playing catch in Charlie Sheen's backyard with him.
Yeah, the deal was if you get drafted, wasn't it? If you get drafted, you get to meet him?
Yeah. So, 7th round came around, and boom.
Yeah, that's another thing. How does somebody with your talent slip so far down the ladder? I don't understand how that happened.
Well, the thing is, you know how projectability and everything's like the huge part of the draft, and you can't predict a kid throwing 86 to 91 or 60 gonna jump, so many miles an hour on their fastball, so for, kind of missed on you being a higher pick, because honestly, at the time I was a later top. I wasn't a first rounder then. I wasn't a second rounder, so,
Yeah, I read an article, actually, Connor, regarding you were normally throwing between 94 and 95, and it was against a game against Michigan State where all of a sudden you started popping 97, 98, and then all of a sudden you just kind of kept that velocity. What do you attribute that to? Was that more or less just the adrenaline of the game, or how did you get so much velocity so quickly?
Puberty.
It almost seemed like it was overnight, and I honestly I think it was puberty, and a mixture of adrenaline going, and I did it, and I think my body was like, well, do this, you can throw 97, and my arm speed got up to that, and then it kind of just never has gone back down. It's just improved and improved. So I don't know if it was like a mental, boom, I felt it once, and now I'm going to have it forever, or I don't know. I just kind of grew up and gained a lot of strength. I have no idea.
So now we get to your draft day, and the draft was the same day as your graduation. And
yes, sir.
I mean, waking up with that must have been just anxiousness and excitement. But then at the same time, there was a mass shooting, and I don't want to get into the aspects of the mass shooting, but I am interested in the intersection of your excitement versus the respect you needed to show and how that dampened how you were feeling on that day. Was there, did you have to feel like you had to keep it locked down, or?
Well, we were all locked in the gym. My entire school were all locked in the basketball gym, and I'm sitting with my friends, and you're feeling sorrowful. You are definitely being responsible for what's happening outside of, a few blocks away. But at the same time, I'm excited because this is my day. This is the day that, all of my, 17 years of work, I get to finally, turn this into my profession. And I got called by my area scout, Jim Lentine, who's a great friend and amazing scout, amazing guy in the baseball world. He knows what he's doing. And, he called me and says, hey, you want to be a Blue Jay? And I was like, absolutely, that'd be amazing. And so I see my name go across the little line there on my phone. I had the app, and I didn't jump for joy immediately. My buddy screamed across because he had the app too. Goes, you're a Blue Jay, da, da. And the teachers were trying to keep us quiet, and I was trying to be respectful and stay quiet. So, internally I was screaming at the top of my lungs, but externally I was just, being with all the other kids in the lockdown and not rub anything in any other faces, because I had a lot of other players on my team that weren't getting drafted, and they were near me, so I didn't want to ruin anyone's
Oh,
day.
yeah, there's that aspect to think about, too, yeah.
Now, Connor, do you have any hesitation about playing in Toronto? I know it's a silly question, but coming to Canada to play up here, there's a lot of talk of, some athletes don't want to come north of the border. Where's your position on that?
I've heard, my first big league camp was this year, and I was talking to a lot of guys, and I'm so excited. I'm like, I love, playing in the limelight, playing under the pressure. It helps me perform. It makes me more excited for the game. It helps me focus and throw that needed low pitch when it's crucial to keep it down. And, I just like performing under that kind of.
So you've never been to Toronto?
Never been to Toronto, so I'm excited to go to Canada.
Oh, man, it's an international city. It is you're gonna be blown away by what you see. Yeah, I mean, and the fans are really amazing. They get behind their team, and this isn't just being a homer. I mean, I don't know if you ever watch basketball or not, but the Raptors fans are unbelievable, and the Jays fans are the same way. When you put a winner on the field, this team, I couldn't imagine playing last year. That atmosphere that was rocking. Oh, man, I can't believe you get to play in that someday. That's great for you.
And not only that, Connor, but remember, you're not playing for a city or a state. You're playing for a country here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also, that's an amazing part of it. That's what I was thinking about, too.
We're quite a ways away from Toronto, and we're still quite we're big fans, and, we're in Nova Scotia, Canada, which is, you're looking at a 20-hour drive kind of thing to get to Toronto. But like I said, we make that pilgrimage almost every year.
So we're almost done here with you, Connor, but let's hit a couple more topics. Now, we're moved to the minors. You're 21 years old. Your second go in Dunedin. How is it this time around as compared to your first? And was New Hampshire difficult? Was it a big jump up?
New Hampshire, when I went there, I didn't think it was too difficult, I got away from my game and I thought, I need to do this, I need to do that. So I ended up walking a couple more guys because I was trying to keep it so low and out that they couldn't hit it, or so far inside that it was just not hittable. So I was just, instead of attacking and let boys hit the ball, get themselves out. It's the same game at every level.
Yeah, Connor, I was actually read an article that they were playing with your arm slots, with your fastball and your off-speed stuff, and they were kind of messing with your arm slots while you were up in New Hampshire. Is that correct?
To an extent, but not really. I mean, just front hand. They want my front hand higher and stuff, but it's easy fixable stuff. And if I don't like it, they respect it. They don't make me do anything because it's all about getting outs in the end.
Right.
You expecting to get back into New Hampshire this year?
Oh, absolutely. I expect to turn it on here. If you look at my I'm not huge on looking at stats, but it's good too sometimes. And I look at last year. well, it's only been my second full season, so it's not like a
Yeah.
huge trend to look at. But I look at last year, I started with like a higher 3 RA, not too good. I'm kind of not too good, and then I lock it in a bit last year, and then I started making those jumps because I started, really performing well. So this year, around this time last year is when I started turning it on in Lansing, and then started doing the very well. So I'm hoping this year I'm starting to feel really good and locked in again. So I'm hoping this is where I get to I want to start putting up zeros.
Yeah, Connor, you're probably aware you were probably one of the more sought-after pieces at the 2015 trade deadline last year, considered to be untradeable from AA, and now that's switching over to Shapiro and Ross Atkins. And even John Gibbons has had some great things to say about you regarding your velocity and calling you one of those can't-miss kind of guys. How do you feel about comments like that?
Oh, it's an amazing feeling being sought, like wanted by other teams and just being wanted by your own team, So it just brings a little more excitement to me, and it just makes me feel better about, my game, and I'm not the only I could do it. So it's like, it's awesome.
Yeah, seeing how Roberto Osuna made the big jump last year, that's not, it's not unfathomable to believe, that you could be in the starting rotation next year with the departure of possible R.A. Dickey.
Absolutely, that's like always a little bit in the back of your head, but I don't like to think too much about it because they start putting pressure on yourself. It's not needed.
Yeah, that's right. One step at a time.
It's going to be a good one. Exactly. Am I going to get this guy out? Good. Am I going to get the next guy out? Good. And then build off that. Before you know it, like last year, I was like, wow. Before you know it, I'm in Double A, and I'm a kid. I'm a baby. I'm playing against men.
Yeah, yeah. So, final question for me, Connor. I don't care so much about the projections that are placed on you. I care what's in your heart, in your soul, and where you see yourself in the very near future.
Yeah.
So where is that?
I see myself in a big league rotation, hopefully with the Blue Jays, because this is like one of my favorite franchises, and literally my favorite now. I'm in awe of the Toronto atmosphere, what I've heard of. So I it's a dream come true to pitch in Rogers Center. So I see myself, being a key component for the starting rotation, whether it's the fifth guy, third guy, fourth guy, doesn't matter. I'm going to do my job every fifth day.
And how's that going to play with your love of the Los Angeles Dodgers? You're gonna be okay with it.
Yeah, I'll be cool with it. I get to go home every offseason. It'd be awesome to play like the Angels or the Giants or whatever, because I have so much family ready to come to those games. That one year will be amazing to play.
Well, Connor, we sincerely want to thank you for taking the time to do this with us. We were kind of looking forward to your start tonight, but like you said, it is rained out, so we'll keep an eye on it for tomorrow. But once again, thanks for doing this with us. We were quite excited to actually get you to come on the show with us and discuss your career. Aside from that, we want to thank you for your time.
No, absolutely. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. You take care.
Thanks, man.
All right. Have a wonderful day.